Imagine a world with no trees. Or think about the movie The Forest. Would you want to buy air later when you can breathe it for free now? Then we as humans should stop cutting the trees. Oxygen is one vital reason for us to stop, but there are plenty of others. For example, global warming. What does that have to do with trees, you may ask? Everything. Think about it. The Industrial Revolution was the start of our carbon emissions rising. And why was it rising? Because they were cutting down trees and burning them, emitting a lot of CO2 into the air, which is why years of that, you know, over and over, we're burning more trees, cutting this down. We're having more carbon within our atmosphere, which is creating a lot of heat back and forth between here and the ozone, which is why we have glaciers melting. The penguins and polar bears are not going to have a home soon. And one reason is because we were cutting the trees. The trees hold carbon dioxide because of photosynthesis. CO2 and water goes in, sugar and oxygen come out. So that is one reason we should stop. But think about the animals. You know, so many different animals live in the forest. To be specifically, 70% of animals live in the forest. So think of a lot of that leaving. That's a lot of biodiversity gone. Plenty of animals dying, having to move and migrate, have to adapt to something that they're not used to, or they just die. And personally, that saddens me because I love animals. And us as humans, we're not the only ones here. We have to take into consideration of everything else because they matter too. And lastly, we have the indigenous tribes, the indigenous people who live within the forest. They rely on the trees, the wood, the shelter. They're used to that. They're accustomed to that. Been in there for years. And then when they're encroached upon by lumberjacks or organizations that's trying to build something else, it damages them. They have to have a new way of life. They don't speak our language. They don't, eat the same food. They would literally have to change their whole way of living because we destroyed their homes. And me personally, I love trees. I love going outside every day and seeing all of that green, watching them move as the winds go by. And I don't want them to end. I wish we could take them on and stop, replant some. You know, we have to start thinking about expanding and think about rebuilding, regrowing. We should stop killing the trees.